Hey everybody, so you missed a payment, huh? Got a late payment, huh? And it hit your credit. It didn't look good, did it? No. You're probably having a fit right now. Well, let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's your girl Audrey Dixon with Superior Mortgage Lending, your home loan diva. And I'm back with another mortgage moment. Okay, so you looked at your credit score lately and that thing has dropped. Oh my gosh. So now the question you're probably asking yourself, can this affect your ability to purchase a home? We'll say yes and no. Okay, so let's dig into it a little bit. Okay, so you missed a payment. One of the questions me as a mortgage lender I'm going to ask is, why did you miss a payment? And then I'm going to ask, of course, what did you miss a payment on? So we're going to dive into missing the payments on credit cards. Okay, yeah, credit cards. So say for example, you was making your payment and you've been on time the whole year on your payments on your credit cards. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, something just kind of hits your payment on time world and you missed the payment or you just made a late payment. Well, usually, depending on what type of loan you go for, we can't allow one missed payment. No, I would say one late payment within a 1 year period. Okay, so you're gonna be okay. But the difference between your credit scores dropping is if it dropped from, say, for example, if you had like a 720 credit score and it dropped down to like maybe a 695, you should be okay. We should be okay. But if you're talking about a difference of you having a 630 credit score and it dropped down to like a 605, yeah, that's going to be kind of an issue. It's going to be kind of an issue. So it all just depends on how much the credit score dropped. So let's start from the beginning. All right, so let's start. One thing you definitely need to know about the way the credit world works. Missing a late payment or missing a payment and a late payment, that's going to count at least 35% of your credit score. 35%, that's a big percentage. Let me give you an example. Remember when you were in school, we had you're taking a course and at the end you get your final exam and like your homework counts for a certain percentage and the quizzes that you take and essays that you did through the semester count as a certain percentage, and then you got to take that final exam. Okay, so look at it as that final exam, which affects the other two scores. So if you had your homework that you were turning in and you had a B minus, a C, and then now you got your quizzes and then you got a B minus, a C, or even a C minus, and then now you taking your final exam. Ooh, and Lord forbid we're just gonna see you ain't pass it. What do you think your overall scores out of those three are going to do? They're going to calculate and they're going to come up to a certain letter. Well, it's the same thing. It calculates up to a certain, it has its calculations that the system does in there, and it comes up with a certain score. Now, Equifax have a way how they calculate their system. TransUnion has a way how they calculate their system, and so does Experian. And what I mean by calculate is each credit card that you have, the way I could explain it is that each credit card has a certain, we'll say a certain number that if you miss your payment, it gets to subtract from Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Okay, so say for example, you got ABC credit card. An ABC credit card with Equifax, anytime you make a missed payment, they subtract 15 points. But with TransUnion, they only subtract 10 points. And then with Experian, Experian's a big boy. They probably subtract 20 points. So that's how you could end up with 3 different credit scores. Okay, so that's how it affects you like that. One of the other reasons why you got to be really mindful on paying your bills on time. I know, trust me, I know stuff come up all the time. Stuff happens. We'll just put it that way. Stuff happens, and you miss a payment. Then you might have to think about, are you missing a payment out of habit or a hobby? I am going to ask that. Is it a habit or a hobby that you just keep missing your payments? Or is it just a one-time fluke that happened? That can affect your ability to purchase a home. That can. If you have more than 3 lates in a year on your credit card, I'm going to tell you to wait. I'm going to tell you to wait, because what's going to happen is when the underwriter sees that you have all these lates and they just keep popping up every once in a while, the underwriter is going to think, okay, are you not really managing your money well? And it affects your credit worthiness. So that's what's going to be a concern for them. So I would say let's wait 6 months to a year from the last late payment. 6 months to a year from the last late payments. And make your payments on time, so that way when we run your credit, you would have already got the hit from when you missed your payment or your late payment. And then we're starting off fresh. And hopefully through that period of time, 6 months afterward, your credit score would have increased back. Okay? Now, let me also give you another reason why your credit scores could go down. Your credit scores could go down because you paid off a credit card. It's so weird how the way this system works. Don't pay your credit card off, but pay your credit card down. If you have a high balance on your credit cards, pay them down. Pay them down to about 15%, maybe anywhere between 11 and 15%. Let me give you an example. If you have a $300 credit limit on your credit card, and you owe, let me say this again, $300 limit on your credit card, and you owe $299.94. Pay it down. Pay your credit card down to about $50. Pay it down to about $50. Guess what? That shoots your credit score up. It depends on how many credit cards you have, though. But I'm thinking about maybe if you had like maybe 2 or 3, no more than that, that would shoot your credit score up. If you have a credit limit of $1,000 and you owe $995.72, pay it down. Pay it down. Don't close it. Don't pay it off. Pay it down. Pay it down to about maybe $100. Somewhere around there. And guess what? It shoots your credit score back up. It's kind of weird how it is. I know a lot of you want to close out your credit cards. Don't do that, because that can make your credit score go down. You would think it'd be a good thing for it to go up, but I mean, it will go up, but you think you're paying off your credit card. I don't know why, but it does go down. It makes your credit score go down. Even if you close an account, it makes your credit score go down. So don't close an account. Don't cancel any credit cards, because that also affects the history of how long you've had that credit on your credit card, because that also counts for 35%. Another tidbit, what can cause your credit score to go down is if you file bankruptcy. Yeah, bankruptcy. Bankruptcies can make your score go down. Even foreclosures can make your score go down. And with bankruptcy, that's going to be another video for another time. But yeah, we're gonna talk about how bankruptcy can affect your credit, okay, and your ability to purchase a home. So there you go. Credit score went down. One way to keep your credit score, to get it moved back up, is paying your bills on time. Even if you have to have set up a bank account where it just pulls out of that bank account each month at a certain date, a certain time, so that way you don't miss a payment. That's one way to make sure that your payments get paid on time, and that will make your credit stay high. It makes it increases your credit score, paying your payments on time. So that's the one tidbit I can actually give on that. So if you got any other questions about why my credit score dropped, there's a lot of information out there on the internet that you can actually see. But yeah, it could be you missed your payment. Now you may have to wait just a couple of months. And then it depends on how many payments you missed in a whole year. 1 year. How many payments did you miss? And you can't make missing your payments a hobby or a habit. Because that right there is going to have a negative impact on you. All right? Okay. Send me an email. I am here to ask a question, answer any questions. My phone number is listed at the bottom. Do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe so you can get more tidbits, okay? Oh, and share. So that way we can pass on the knowledge to other people so that way they can be able to purchase a home, all right? So I'm going to come back with you all with a part 2 on your credit score dropping. And we'll talk about it some more, all right? Have a good one, you all. Thanks for coming and seeing me at my mortgage moment.